Hi folks, thanks for tuning in to You Can Do It. Today we're going to be installing some glass sliding shower doors. It's a 3-step process and we're going to show you how you can do it.
We chose to go with this really nice tempered glass rain appearance. You can't see directly through the shower doors, which is nice. This Delta system is a 3-piece system, so you have to make sure you get step 1, step 2, and step 3. And the reason why is it's a mix and match. You choose your glass first, then you choose the style of framing and the color of the framing, and then finally you choose the style and color of the accessories that go on the glass door. So we're going to show you just how you easily can put all this together step by step. If you want to follow along with the instructions that they give you, you'll have to open up the glass in order to get them. However, I'm guessing you're watching this video because you don't like to read. So this is everything you're going to see in step 2, which is the entire rail system and all the goodies that are necessary to put this rail system together. The first thing that Chris does is he measures off of the back wall of the shower to get a good visual for where he's going to place that side rail. And then he takes a regular pencil and shaves it down to a nice fine point, because that seems to be the only size that he can stick through the 3 holes in each one of the side rails in order to make a mark on that wall for where he is going to be drilling his holes. The system he's using is from Marshalltown. It is an amazing system that allows you to drill right through stone and porcelain tile and even ceramic. So he is putting that together in order to basically make a bore drill, and he fills this little reservoir with water. That helps keep his drill bit nice and cool and helps to reduce the friction when he's going through the tile so that he gets a nice clean cut. So he's just taking that cute little device and he's sticking it right over the first mark that he made with the pencil. And then he is using the drill bit that came with it. It has a diamond blade on the end of it, or a diamond bit, to just drill nicely through the tile. And you'll see right here just how nice the holes are that drill bit made. It's quick, easy, works every time. No issues with cracked tiles if you use that cute little system. So here is the bag of all the supplies that came with the caged metal framing, and we're not using the screws, and we're also not using those little molly bolts that come with it. The reason why is because if you go back to one of our old videos, you will see that Chris already put backing behind this shower before we even got started. So he is actually running a bead of waterproof caulking or silicone, and then he's using 3-inch long stainless steel screws to adhere the framing right through the tile, through the hardy backer, into the plywood and 2x4 framing that he had already attached before. If you see, the clear rubber stoppers are used on the top and bottom of this framing, and then in the middle is the larger dividing stopper that goes on the framing system. And then he just repeats that exact same thing with the right side of the shower frame. Again, just measuring out, making sure he's got it in the same spot, marking those holes, drilling them, and then of course installing the clear rubber stoppers on the top and bottom. And then the next step is to measure the interior frame to frame, left to right, to get the inside measurement for the bottom track that he's going to be installing next. That will need to be cut in order to fit your shower. He is also taking a measurement of the top frame. We used a bandsaw that we have, a handheld. If you don't have that, you're probably going to have to use a hacksaw with a metal blade ability to it in order to cut right through. The next step he's doing is he's putting that rubber weather stripping right along the bottom frame, and it's quick and easy. You can just pull it right through there. There's the rubber waterproofing stopper right there. It's a little long, so he's just going to lay that directly on the floor and use a really nice sharp box cutter to cut off any excess. He then dry fits that into the frame system and draws 2 pencil marks both in the interior and exterior of that frame, and he pulls it back out. Now, there are 2 trains of thought here. That silicone can either be attached right to the bottom of the frame and then smashed into place, but Chris wants to make sure he has a very thick bead going along so that when he smashes that frame in, it oozes out not only in the front but in the back of that framing system so that he gets a really good seal. He also adds some of that waterproofing silicone to the interior just to make sure it's nice and sealed front to back, left to right. And then he uses his finger. He just gets a much smoother finish with his finger than with any other tool. And then he also decides at this point that he might as well go ahead and seal the interior of the shower. That needed to be done, of course. And then he again just uses his finger just to dab off all that extra silicone that might be there. And then he of course adds a bead going down both sides, keeping a nice smooth transition all the way down so you don't add too much. And then again, right back to the finger with cleaning and making such a smooth look. I don't know if any tool can do such a smooth look as what he does with his finger. The next step is to take these T-bar brackets and stick them into the top of the metal cage work. And you'll see the purpose for that in just a minute. So he then, of course, goes ahead and applies that framework to the top of the shower and just pushes it right down into place. And then he takes those T-bar brackets that he put in and pushes them right in. And you see it right there. The purpose is to drill an 1/8-inch drill hole and then hand screw in screws so that that top piece does not accidentally pop off. These are the rollers. The next step we're going to do now is apply those to the glass doors and get those doors installed. Chris takes that plastic grommet that you saw there and places it over the shower so that it protects the shower from any damage those roller metal bars might have. And then there's this little tiny round plug that he sticks in the hole. The purpose of that is to ensure that you don't over tighten these rollers and accidentally crack your glass. That would not be a fun thing. So he's applying those. And the rollers go in different directions depending on which door you're applying it to. For the interior doors, you're going to apply those rollers facing into the shower. And what I mean is, here is that nice bumpy surface. The roller bars are facing into the shower so that when you apply that shower door in there, you've got the smooth side facing in and the bumpy side facing out. And he does that also for the exterior door. The rollers face out, so the bumpy side and the rollers are facing towards your view as you're approaching the shower. There's that bumpy side, rollers facing out. And those were protective bumpers that now at this point you can take those off. You want to make sure you wait until you've installed your doors so that you protect them when you're bringing them into that shower. And then this is the last thing for the install of the shower doors themselves. That is a grooved spacer there so that your doors flow back and forth nicely without swaying too much And then the final step is step 3, and that is applying those last decorative things to the door. These happen to be the interior knobs. You would use those if you want to hang sponges or a washcloth inside the shower. And then he's applying the second one that goes in there. You've got a nice double set for your interior doors, and this is what they look like finished. Just a nice little extra thing you can use to hang something with. And then he is applying that exterior towel rack. It has one hook that goes on the left side, and then you want to make sure you always hand tighten these. Don't tighten them with any device that might accidentally crack that glass. He then installs the rod, and then that final hook goes right there in place, and he hand tightens the back right onto it. And here it is, our finished Delta shower install with the rain glass. And our bathroom is officially finished. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to tune in for all of our upcoming You Can Do It videos.